Okay, I don't do videos like this anymore where I just randomly record and just speak my thoughts. Usually I go on the setup and I have my mic set up and all that shit. I used to do this because I really was good at shitting on people and back in the day, and that's something I'm really genuinely proud of, but it's something that I know I was good at and whatever. I was younger. Now that I'm older, I don't really do this anymore. Until someone is so effing annoying and so full of shit that I have to say something. It is not a secret. I do not like this little motherfucker. So, before I get into this, I am not an Ethan Klein fan. Everyone knows I'm not an H3 guy. Actually, everyone knows that I've criticized H3 for a long time. I've never liked H3. I don't really like any of these fucking big streamers. Hell, one of my big things was talking about how Ethan's a complete fucking moron and embarrassing himself over this, over allying with Hassan for that stupid podcast anyways. That he's gonna look like an idiot over it. Well, checkmate. I completely went after him over the fucking Aubin Preach situation. I still think he was stupid for that shit. And I still think everyone, H3 fans, get mad at Aubin Preach, talking about how, oh, you have a vendetta. Well, how can you sit there and be mad about what's going on with Ethan and Hila, which is wrong, by the way. And I absolutely said it was because I beat my person. But you can't see how it was fucked up the way that your podcast framed Aubin Preach as a bunch of womanizing pieces of shit that have a propensity to abuse women. You guys put that out there and alluded to it. You made them into that mold, and that you never really apologized for it. So as far as I'm concerned, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. You guys kind of don't have a real place to get mad at Aubin Preach for their bipartisan coverage and the whole fucking thing with Destiny. Which, by the way, Ethan, which I also criticized for, immediately stopped talking about. Even though Destiny, again, there's a literal video of him admitting that he S-ate a girl. And I have it on my channel. And it's literally him admitting it. In great detail, honestly, which I cannot understand why he did that. But again, this is someone who is an arrogant, neurotic fuck. So to be honest with you, it's not really surprising when it comes to Destiny. The guy's a scumlord. And no matter what happens out of this lawsuit with this other chick, he'll always be a scumbag. And I will look down upon anyone that defends that guy. Okay, now we got that out of the way. This needs to be said because I hate Adam Mcyntire so much. That's who it is, Adam Mcyntire. Oh my God, I cannot stand him. Barring his personality being absolutely a stereotypical little fucking you-know-what. Stereotypical. He's very stereotypical. He is a stereotype. And anyone gets to get mad at me for that, I don't really give a shit. Because you know what? I'm just sick and tired of not saying what I feel about this topic. And it's the new era. We can say what the fuck we want, and you motherfuckers can kiss my ass. I don't give a shit. Listen, it's stereotypical that behavior that he does that's annoying, but that's the least of it. Because, in all honesty, I watch Blair White. I watch fucking Ty Rivera. Ty Rivera is what you would consider a prototypical, stereotypical gay. And he would probably come out and say, yeah, guess what? Doesn't give a shit. And I respect the fuck out of it. I defend Jeffree Star here, bro. Jeffree Star is quote unquote my nigga. That's a dude right there. You know why I like Jeffree Star? Because Jeffree Star has moral values and it's about it. And I have to keep explaining the Jeffree Star thing because people have this weird stupidity where they think Jeffree Star is weird and believes in weird shit when he doesn't. Jeffree Star is you guys have never grown up around about gay people. It's cool. I'm not saying you have to or whatever, but there's so many gay people, including that are just like Adam, but they have genuine moral values, and we'll get into that in a minute. Why I hate this fuck. And Jeffree Star's one of them. Jeffree Star can have a fucking long blowout weave on his head. Jeffree Star can put his makeup on. Jeffree Star is still a fucking dude that likes to get ass fucked like a dude. Don't give a fuck. That's why I like Jeffree Star. Jeffree Star's gay. And he's effeminate. You know there are effeminate men that are straight and still fuck, right? There are effeminate men that will fuck women. There's effeminate men that will fuck gays. Effeminate and sexuality are two totally different things that you guys keep conflating. He's not trans. He's never has been trans. He's a straight gay man that is effeminate. That is it. So if he wears certain things or has hair, whatever, that is because he's effeminate and he's never claimed to be any bit none the wiser. And I cannot understand why people still don't get that. It's pretty simple to me. I knew that from the start. It's a very simple thing. Jeffree Star is what he is. So understand this has nothing to do with you being gay. I know it's what these people are going to do because it's like their literal crutch and their cross to die on because they have to sit there and, take no accountability. And that's also why I hate Adam Mcyntire, the lack of accountability of this piece of shit. And here's the thing, this has nothing even to do with H3 shit. I just know it's going to come back to that with these fucking people. And because I have some followers that happen to have been H3 fans because of my iDubbbz and Anissa coverage and the fact that I kind of got Anissa to basically melt down on her last meltdown, and then that made that domino effect, which is funny. That was my screenshot that she took, which is hilarious to this day, by the way. That I got no credit for that. She blocked me and took it, acted like she did something. Fuck you, bitch. I got no credit for that. Like, really? You steal from me? And then I was like, you know what? That's why I'm gonna shit on you further, and I did. Granted, I don't really give a shit, to be honest with you. I joke about that, but to be honest, I don't really care. To be honest, I think her even mentioning me will probably give me fucking Ethan Ralph STDs. But anyways, listen, buddy, I don't hate Adam because of being gay. I don't hate. It's all that's irrelevant. Even his annoying attitude and the way he fucking acts like a fucking annoying little shit, and his annoying voice, and none of that annoys me. It makes me hate him. What makes me hate this motherfucker is the way that he will use this Colleen Ballinger shit as a fucking bag making opportunity, and to basically make his personality the victim. I hate people who do this. I have hated Adam Mcyntire for doing this for the last fucking 3-4 years. Here's the thing. I knew Adam Mcyntire way before the H3 fucking shit, which, by the way, I watched that whole thing unfold. Ethan's right. He's a fake little shit. The problem with Adam Mcyntire and why it all, arised is because Ethan and Gila basically Gila. I don't even know about Ethan, to be honest with you. I don't think Ethan reads people. I know Gila reads people. Say what you want, but I know a bitch that reads. And that's fucking Gila. Gila's a bitch that reads people. We have this gift where we read people. We know. Where we could take a look at someone and the way they act, and you know something ain't right. Unless, they're manipulators. Really good manipulators. And believe me, we all fell into that. But for the most part, you can read everyone and hit at a 86% clip from the field when it comes to this shit. And like me, she figured that out. But anyways, to go back into that. This is 3-4 years ago that Colleen Ballinger shit blew up, and he made his whole fucking name off of this. And my friend at the time, Saggy Melons, was covering this. I never talked to her about this because I felt it was wrong at the time. This is an era where you can't really say these things and quote unquote victim blame, because you know how it is. So I felt like if I say this, it's not a good look to say this. Even though I could say pretty much the most horrible shit to Saggy privately anyways, it wouldn't matter. And she even called him out at the end of this too for the way he handled this, but she was, again, too nice at the time. You didn't know what type of monster you would turn out to be. The little fucking spineless rat bastard. But my opinion was this. So when this was all going down, he was talking about and exposing the Colleen Ballinger shit, blah, 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 blah. My biggest takeaway was not that Colleen Ballinger was a predator, because she isn't. And I will hold that opinion that she's not. She's a fucking imbecile. She is a fucking immature child trying to be a mom. And she proved that she had no business having the following that she did, and she couldn't handle it. And basically, she's a bored white girl that maybe wasn't getting the pipe laid down at home like she should have been. I don't fucking know. Maybe that's too provocative. I don't really care. I don't give a shit. Fuck that bitch. I can say what the fuck I want with her. Who's going to stop me here? Who's going to actually disagree with me with saying this? I think she was not getting the pipe laid down at home, and homie was not pounding that shit right, and she was bored. So she was messing around with a bunch of children because she basically was a bored, do-nothing housewife or white girl, whatever you want to fucking quantify it as. And that's what happened. That's why her conversations are fucking weird and fucking parasocial and fucked up, because she ain't no real friends. So yeah, but what really astonished me was not the fact that it was the shit with her and Adam was that she was a predator. No, it was how much of a fucking attention whore Adam has always been his entire life. That Adam, at the ripe age of probably 11 at this fucking point, was willing to do anything to get attention from anyone. Where, yes, what she did was wrong. Sending the lingerie was dumb, wrong, and inappropriate. But that's really it. Are we really going to sit here and act like that's hugely predatory? Because as far as I'm concerned, she could have at any time sent nudes. She could have solicited sex. She could have wanted to see his genitals. She could have said anything when it came to this dude. And he probably would have done it, you'd think, at the ripe age of 13, the way it was portrayed. Why didn't she? Oh, that's right, because she wasn't a predator. She was a stupid fucking moron who thought it was funny to send fucking lingerie to someone, didn't realize how dumb that is. And people took it that way of, oh my God, no, it's not. This is immaturity and reckless irresponsibility, and she's not taking accountability for her actions, and that is different. Whole different conversation, which I'm not getting into. But Adam took this as an opportunity. I'm the victim. I'm a giant victim. Adam, all that you showed was that you basically were so fucking annoying and so fucking weird, even at 13 years old, that Colleen Ballinger, of all people, was trying to distance herself from you. Not because she wanted to cover anything up. No, because at some point, even an idiot like her can figure out that you are nothing but trouble. That's why Gila didn't like you. That's why I didn't like you from the start. Because, Adam, you're a sponge, a leech, a parasite. You will use anyone and anything to make your points on people. And here's the most shameless. I actually had someone I know, Julie. I don't talk to Julie anymore. I know Chris and Julie still talk, but, I know a pretty good deal of the IRA stuff. Not enough, but a pretty good deal on the IRA thing, right? And I know the fear around that whole thing. Northern Ireland, I ain't going there. All I'm going to say is I don't want to go near there. Northern Ireland is a gangster's fucking paradise, all right? It's very, very religiously strict. Bad things can happen to you, especially if you're a woman in those places. And Julie is a very, 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 very conservative girl, and that's because of growing up in Northern Ireland. So understand, she don't show nothing, and that's out of self-preservation. This is a perfect example of why I hate Adam, because Adam shows that he's ignorant as shit, and that he'll use anything to get a one-up on someone. And this is a perfect example. I hate him. So I guess fucking Gila made a comment of, oh, I wish he'd just disappear. Okay. Let's imagine how you would take that as a person. As a YouTuber, when we say we want you to disappear, and it's very clear over multiple people saying this, from Nicholas DeOrio, me, everyone. When we say we want Adam Mcyntire to disappear, we want him to grow irrelevant and stop being any bit fucking relevant in any fucking algorithm, because he's a cancerous little shit. And he's a fucking twat. And he's disingenuous. Not this. This is gold. So he comes on the next video to respond to basically Ethan and Gila shellacking his dumbass. And he gives this entire victim spiel statement where he goes, I was just told by one of my followers that this should have stopped right here. You should have never said anything after this point. But because Adam has no moral boundaries and does not care about anything, Adam decided to say this absolutely depraved bullshit. I was told by one of my followers that that Hila really said that as a shot at basically wanting me, to disappear like IRA style. Like, he tried to really make this assumption that first of all, I don't even think Gila Klein knows really jack shit about the fucking IRA. I don't think she knows jack shit about Ireland's history. I don't think she knows shit about it. Why should she? I don't know. But this moron literally sat here and said, she really said that knowing my history and culture. No, she said that because you're annoying and she just wants you to go irrelevant, because you should be irrelevant. You have no talent and you fucking suck. But Adam, in his glorious wisdom, decided to go on this whole thing about being offended, thinking that we wanted the IRA to take you and kill you because of who you are. Adam, shut the fuck up. You're not in Northern Ireland, you fucking imbecile, where you have to fear for that shit. You have no clue what the IRA shit is. The fact that someone had to tell you that and you didn't come up with that in the first place, that's pretty telling. It shows that you never really grew up under a household that actually practiced traditionalism or taught you anything about your heritage or culture. Because, Adam, you don't care about your heritage or culture. Someone like Julie cares about her heritage and culture. You don't. It's actually, if anyone should be insulted, it's people like her seeing you sit there and use that shit as a fucking shield and crutch because you can't get fucking shit on. So you played this little victim statement like a coward. And then you want us to feel bad for you because, your visa went up and you, like an idiot, fucked up that whole situation by posting it in the first place, and now you're mad that he was so stupid. He posted his visa shit coming up and someone called ICE on him. Granted, should that have happened? No, it's morally fucked up. Whatever, man. It goes without saying. But why did you post it? You're the dumbass that egged it on. I'm supposed to feel bad for? No, I don't feel bad for you. You're dumb. That's always Adam. Adam's the type of dude to go, I do something stupid, but it's everyone else's fault. Fuck you, dude. Even the Colleen Ballingers shit, I don't really feel bad for you. After all this time, have you done anything to go, if you're so mentally afflicted by it, have you gone to any therapy? Clearly not. Have you tried to learn from any of your mistakes and do things differently? Clearly not. You still an idiot that fucking overshare shit. Have you gone to any counseling? No, you haven't. So why am I supposed to take you seriously? But no, you'll use that shit to make money and grow relevant once again. When fucking Colleen did that stupid fucking That's So fucking podcast with fucking Raven and her dumb girlfriend, because Raven's an idiot too. God, way to platform that moron. The domino effect of this too. Because I can't stand the Colleen Ballinger shit, but I can't stand the people that came from it, including Adam Mcyntire. Thanks for that, Colleen. The worst thing you ever did, make that fucking clown relevant. We have to deal with the fallout of that cancerous bullshit. And at the end of the day, I cannot understand how this dude continues to portray himself as a major victim when he's not. Let's contrast this to someone like Kate. All right, now I love Kate, and I'm not going to use her story as a fucking way to down bash anyone or anyone's experience. Absolutely not. It's an inspiring moment to go on to, even in H3, much as I can't stand that motherfucker. It was very inspiring. It's why I actually reached out to her in the first place, and why we become, pretty good little buddies. Because of that, that hit me, and as someone who has experience around these troubles, it hit. So you have to understand, she never has ever, even though I wish she would, tried to notify me on anything going on with her cause. She's never tried to fucking sway me politically. She has never tried to fucking hit me up for money for her cause, which I would gladly give. None of that, ever. She's never fucking went online and used that experience as her and to make it her personality. She's never tried to gain any monetary value off of this situation, and she was sex trafficked. She is a sexual trafficked. She is a survivor of being kidnapped and sold into marriage as a child. And then there's Adam, who basically uses the fact that he had weird little conversations as a 13-year-old with Colleen Ballinger that she clearly wanted to not have anything to do with. And that you got sent lingerie. If you never got sent that lingerie, Adam, where would you actually be in life? And I really would love to know that, because that would be a great fucking alternate timeline where we're meant to hear this asshole. But the problem is there's always going to be an Adam Mcyntire. Whether it's him, whether it's a Lily Tino, whether it's anyone like that fucking ilk of shit that basically exploits any fucking thing that they can to make themselves into a character. And it disgusts me. And it's funny, I went on one of Ty Rivera's videos recently. We talked about Lily, and I said, can y'all please stop bringing this fucker up? And the reason I said that, and a lot of people had their things to say about it, because it got some looks and 12 comments or whatever, and I think people misconstrued what I meant by this. I don't care about making fun of Lily Tino in the sense of she deserves this, he, whatever, fuck, that idiot deserves it, because that person is a piece of shit. Don't get me wrong, Jeffree Star's right, but you enable this shit and you keep the cancer going because they keep getting relevant, and then they keep making more dumb, bad decisions to boost that relevancy because they know the game. And I really wish that we would let Lily Tino fade into irrelevancy really quickly, And at the end of the day, we can sit here and act as though, like, I'm not right here, but I am. And clearly I am. But I understand why Ty will do it, because you should expose this shit. I get it. And that's your job. It's sometimes it's just like, man, wouldn't it be a nice day if people would not make these fuckers relevant? And unfortunately, I guess I'm doing the same thing with Adam. I'm doing the same thing, right? The difference is, though, I genuinely have a passionate hatred for someone like this because of the way that they use traumas to boost their own career versus actually having a vested interest in trauma. So fuck you. You can talk all the shit you want about Ethan and Gila, but they went out and they fucking supported Mike and Kate, and they supported their cause. I have way more respect for fucking Ethan Klein than I ever will you. What have you done? Sure, you could say he used it to dunk on Ian and fucking and Issa, and that's the only reason he did it. Sure, I guess, but you know, I'm actually going to give a little bit of fucking credence here because I've changed my mind on this. I'm like, yeah, but he still keeps in touch with those two. Yeah, but he still boosts their shit sometimes. Yeah, but he paid them $5,000 that they were owed. Yeah, but suck a dick because you know what? No, that's not fair at all to say. But Adam, I don't see Adam boosting victims. I don't see Adam doing any advocacy work. I don't see Adam, and that's fine. You don't want to do any of that. That's cool. But you know, the only time you ever talk about victimhood and trauma is when it boosts you, and you get to use Colleen Ballinger as your source of income again, and she did again. I'm supposed to take this guy seriously? I will never take him seriously, and I will never think he's a giant victim. I think he's an opportunist. He was wronged, and I will always hold that opinion. And what happened with him is inappropriate. But holy fucking shit. When I know victims who have actually been assaulted, put down into sex slavery, had family members go after them who do not monetize this, how do you have any excuse to act this way? And how do you have any excuse to still be a piece of shit to this day? So fuck him, dude. And fuck his fans. They're a bunch of fucking rodents. I hate every one of them. They're fucking spineless, rodent, drama-seeking douchebags. At the end of the day, nothing will ever make me respect Adam Mcyntire. And if anyone has a problem with that, well, get the fuck off my channel. I don't want your type in on my channel anyways. And this is not because I like Ethan Klein. I think you guys know I've been very critical of Ethan Klein, just in this video alone. But it's true. It's fucking true. And you know what? And by the way, I only rip on Ethan. I don't even go after Gila. Like, everyone else go after Gila. I don't know why. As Gila doesn't really do anything. Like, I understand. You want to go after the crew and that? Fuck yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of criticism go around to them. You're damn right. And I have done that. Even, you know, I remember when Olivia, like, posted that dude's, like, entire information at one time by accident and fucked up. And I was like, are you fucking stupid? Now, granted, I hope she's okay. I hope that I don't ever wish mental trauma on anyone, and I hope she's okay. I don't want her to suffer or nothing. But I remember I got pissed. I'm like, you know, fuck that. The Alvin Preach shit I called out. You know, I have been very critical of that crew. And personally, I'm not a fan of their show anyways. It's just not my cup of tea. Come on, guys. It's not entertaining to me. Let's be real here. I'm not into that type of fucking LA Hollywood drama shit. Let's come, like, the big streamer clout chaser bullshit. Why would I don't care about that. That's not fun. I'm a Kino dude, bruh. I love watching fucking Ethan Ralph get shit on. I love watching the Mikey No More documentaries. I love watching the grimy shit because that's entertaining. Because it's genuine. It's not this fucking generic manure bullshit that's just clearly fucking manufactured bait bullshit. You know, even talking about Adam Mcyntire feels just ugh to me. Versus talking about someone like Ethan Klein. Sorry, Ethan Ralph. My apologies. To Ethan Klein, by the way. Sorry for having you have to have the same name as that disgusting fuck. I love making fun of that. I love laughing at Ethan. Wow, there's another Ethan. Ethan Van Sciver's bullshit. Oh, that shit's hilarious. What's going on right now? I love Ethan Van Sciver. He's a funny used car salesman, isn't he? I picked up on his game a minute ago, bro. I know what you're doing. I know what you were trying to do with that little nice boy act you were pulling with me and some of the people around that community. I get you now, boo. It's cute. I'll play along. I played along, but it's cute. I love watching that shit. I love that shit. That's funny as fuck. It's not what it used to be. I mean, it's not what it used to be. Whew. But I don't care for that shit. You know? Like, straight up. But I hate Adam Mcyntire because he just does nothing but show his hand every time. And then when people figure it out, he'll fucking play victim. That's what I love about him. When people call him, knows what he's all about, he'll just play victim. The only one I think that's just as bad as him is Ethan Online, or God, how many fucking Ethans, man? Jesus Lord, an epidemic of Ethans, and I can't stand it. Or that other motherfucker, the ginger one. You know what? I don't care. Fuck him. But I can't stand these motherfuckers because they're just such spineless little worms, and you can tell what they are from Jump Street. Anyways, that's my take. I don't really care. Fuck that dude. Ugh, God, another 6 months of him fucking milking that drama.